Hey everyone, welcome to Showing Up, your weekly video series that helps you to show up at work, at home, and in life. I'm Kaushik and I. I'm a sales video consultant and a video producer. I help business leaders sell, influence, and engage using videos.
And I'm Michael Philpott. I'm an expert in the art of public speaking, presenting, and pitching. I help people win the hearts and minds of any audience on any stage.
So today we have Carmel. Carmel, what do you do?
So I'm known as a networking coach, but also referred to as the networking queen. And I love getting people excited about connection, networking, and community. And I affectionately say that I teach people how to date for business.
Raunchy, dating for business. So can you tell us, in your industry, what are the 5 common mistakes that you see, or maybe you've made yourself, when people are networking?
Well, I actually came up with 12 mistakes, so I had to really cull it down to get it to 5. But there's a couple of doozies in there that I wanted to share. So first up, trying to work the room, not actually having proper conversations with people or not doing it successfully. Giving out your business card immediately. Wanting to get people to like you, so therefore you're trying to win them over when there's other people around. And fourth, trying to approach a group. And often you're left as a stranger on the side, and you don't have a strategy in terms of how to get into that circle or that group. And lastly, one that's a big one for me, which is interrupting people, which causes them to lose their train of thought.
So you've identified those 5. How do you overcome them?
So the first one, which is trying to work the room, I love a good formula. And so I've discovered that most events are around 2.5 hours. And once you take out formalities, you're left with about 45 minutes to network, unless you can hang around afterwards. So I aim to have 8 to 10 5-minute conversations. And I've also got a formula for the 5-minute conversation. But we won't share that today.
What are the other 4?
The second one is giving out your business card immediately. I always felt obligated to do that because everyone else was doing that. And what I've discovered and how I think about it now is I have it as my silent salesperson. So it works for me when I'm no longer around. So it comes out at the end of a conversation. It shouldn't be part of a conversation. You should definitely have them at the event, but it comes out at the end of the conversation and is a nice way actually to round off that conversation and move on to the next one. So you can use it 2 ways. Yeah. The third one, in terms of wanting people to like you, statistically 1 in 10 people won't like us for whatever reason. It could be the colour of my hair, my voice, the people I associate with, the way that I walk in the room. So why focus on that one person when we've got 9 other people who are ready and receptive to engage with us? Number 4 was approaching a group. Well, my preference is still actually to have a one-to-one conversation. But however, there are times when I want to join a group. So when I identify someone that I want to meet, I stand in their line of sight. It's natural for people to catch your eye, to smile hopefully. And at that point, I move across and stand beside them. I keep silent because generally we meet in circles and usually there's someone dominating that circle in terms of conversation. Wait for them to finish. The person who I'm standing beside knows, because I've made that eye contact, that I'm coming towards them, I want to talk to them, and isn't it far easier to turn to your left or right rather than walk across the circle or the group?
Totally.
So that method for me has eliminated standing on the sidelines or standing on the fringes, or feeling like a dweeb. Last but not least, interrupting people. So this is a personal work in progress for me. I interrupt people because quite often when people are talking to me, a brilliant idea comes to mind, or I think it's brilliant anyway, for them and their business. And so I want to blurt it out before I forget it, but I know that actually, in fact, that's just really rude. So I have a plan around that. So what I do is focus on listening to them intently. I think about the fact that I have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and so I should use that proportionately. So listen twice as much as I speak. So if I have an idea and I forget it by the time they've finished speaking, that's fine. Because what it means is I usually remember it 3 days later, sometimes at 4 o'clock in the morning, And it's a really nice way to reconnect with that person, to cultivate and develop that relationship. And best of all, the extra plus with that is that they are amazed or chuffed that I've not only remembered their conversation, but also been thinking about them and their business in the time since we've met.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Well done. Those are fantastic. Thank you for those. So the big question that I have and a lot of people will have is, if people want assistance with this type of stuff, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, first thing I want to say is that, we're all beginners at some point in our lives. And 10 years ago, I can't even believe it, but 10 years ago, I was terrified of strangers. So I couldn't meet anyone for a coffee, let alone turn up to an event and now do public speaking on it. So there's a range of different options in terms of working with people, one-to-one coaching, group workshops. I have a client introduction service and also speak at conferences and team building days. Learning is all about making mistakes, and I've made plenty. And I often say that I've had so much experience in networking that I have so many handy tips and insights to share with people as a result. So effectively, if you want to be a networking queen or a king, get in touch on LinkedIn. I'd love to help.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Wrap us up, mate.
All right. Thanks, Carmel, for coming on the show. As usual, thanks for tuning in. If you need some speaker coaching, get in touch with Michael.
And as always, if you would like some epic videos, mate, get in touch with Kaushik.
Catch you next week, guys.
See you guys.
Thank you.